Unfiltered with Nellie. I know it's been a little bit, but I today just want to give you that catch up. What have I been up to? What have I done since I quit my job? How is my art doing? Just the overall update. My life is so busy, whether I have a job, whether I don't have a job. I can't even keep track of my schedule hardly. But that is such a blessing in itself. So today we're going to dive in, and I just first want to say welcome back. Thank you so much for just your feedback on my first episode. I think that it's really kind of scary to just press play and just share and word vomit to a camera about your life, and I want to let you guys in. I want to share the blessings that are happening within my life and where I'm at and how I think, because I think that having this trail is so cool. It's like kind of like my personal little journal. So this has been so fun. So let's get started. So what have I been up to? Wow. So honestly, first things first, book a trip. So I quit my job. December 23rd was the last day. I celebrated the holidays with my family. And shortly after that, my oldest sister and I just booked to Mexico. It was like we were there in 2 weeks. This trip was everything, to be honest. This trip was honestly everything. I really just needed to relax. I needed to unwind, to process before I stepped into this new chapter of my life. And what better way to do that than to just spend some time near the ocean, spend some time with my family. So it was so great to hang out with my oldest sister, Jenny. We just had so much fun because we didn't have any expectations. We didn't plan any extra like excursions, things like that. We kept it simple. Do we want to go to the beach? Do we want to go to the pool? Do we want to lay out? We met some really cool families. But yeah, so we went to Cancun and was honestly just, I found that peace that I needed. And we were able to have just our deep talks about life and where we're heading and everything that's going on in the hard season and how we plan to show up as we came back from that trip. So really was such a blessing. I'm so happy I went with my sister, Jenny. I love you. But it really allowed me to get closer to my sister, and we just understand one another. My family is just really close, and I'm so blessed. But other than that, so I went to Mexico, and then shortly I came back and I started working. So I, made the decision to start some artwork, and I've been posting it on my Instagram and things like that. And I've been selling things. Like, I still have clients, which is amazing. But, I was really scared when I came back, but I knew that the biggest thing that I needed to do was trust that God has his hand in my life, that he's led me this far, that he is going to show up. And so as I am taking those first baby steps, I've literally watched him come through. I think I came back and I had friends reach out. So I had artwork to do. I figured out how to sell some of my originals. So copies of that. So I was able to do that, which was wonderful. So I found a little site. So if you need some artwork, but you like ones that I've already produced, I've been taking high quality photos and transferring those into canvases. So just hit me up for prices if you're interested. Okay, thanks. Other than that though, so selling my artwork has been so fun. It's been so therapeutic for me to do customs. Please order customs with me. Not yet, but you'll be on a wait list. But I've had so much fun. I just feel even since I last sat down to do this episode, and I was so emotional, guys, I didn't know I would cry like that. I didn't expect these things, but I don't think I'm gonna cry this episode. I just want to share that I feel so good. I feel like I'm a renewed energy. I am good. And you know what? To say that I was scared is still, I want to hold weight on that. It is very scary. When you go through life, you see Like, money is hard. Like, money's hard to come by sometimes, and you're just trying to make it, and you're trying to get your foot in the door, and you're trying to do all these things. And so when you have like that stable job and you have like whatever, but it's so bad for you, it's so easy to just not choose yourself and be stuck in a situation because it's hard. It's hard to get out. And I just want to encourage anyone who is unhappy right now to really just take some time to evaluate your life. Take some time and write down what your goals are, what you want to do. I really came into this full next year really manifesting the things that I want, the things that I need for me to be successful just personally. And I want you to take that time for yourself. I want you to trust yourself. I want you to, explore what God has for you, because He has a plan for your life. Like, everybody has like a purpose, right? But that may not be this big thing. Like, it may not be within your career. It may not be within just your life. Like, I don't know how to really explain it. I guess that people think that their purpose is, you may know or you may not know, but I think it's within the exploring. It's all that matters is staying true to yourself. And I think that I believe that there is a purpose for me. But each day I want to wake up and I want to be intentional. I want to make somebody's day. I want to be the best version of me. I want to fill other spaces with light. I want to laugh. I want to just be the reason somebody smiles. And I think that that itself can be purposeful. And so you don't need this big agenda. You don't need this big vision. But I think that it's trusting you and how you're feeling. Trust your headspace. Trust where your mental's at, and figure out the things that you need to be the best version of yourself. So one of the things that I've been doing is I've been trying to write. So when I was in Mexico, I actually wrote. I don't know where it is. I wanted to share writing with you, but it looks like I will maybe next time, or maybe I'll do a little follow-up. But I've been writing. I've been praying so much. And I mean, I pray regularly, but when you're in just this tough season of the unknown, it is so important for me to just be grounded within my faith. And you know what? I've been really scared financially. Like, at first I was like, how am I going to do this? Can I support myself with art? I know that the people my age, they probably don't have a lot of money, so I can't I don't want to charge crazy amounts. But then I know the love and the hard work that I put into it. I know the cost of the materials and things like that. So it's almost like I just have to trust myself. But I also just, is just it's okay, because everything will work out. I am painting again. I have a reason to create. I love that. Even if I'm being forced to move in that element, it's been amazing. And another thing I actually, since I was a little nervous about this paycheck, I had a friend, shout out to you, Christian, who hired me on the spot. She was like, I'll hire you if you need a job. And she does management for a group home facility for assisted living. So I am now a PCA, and I've been doing that kind of for a consistent paycheck, and it's been so nice. People are weird about old people. Sorry. Some people hate old people, and I get it, but I don't have grandparents, so it's so fun to be able to, try to uplift their spirits. I know that they're stuck in this place, it's COVID, so their families may not be able to visit. So those interactions are all they really have. And I am probably like the best person to just be in there. I want to learn about people's lives. I want to hear stories. I don't have grandparents. And so that, I think just like always asking like these probing questions and figuring out what their life looked like before this stage is so important. And I honestly think that God is using me within this space just to be myself and just to love on people, as I've transitioned and to like what is it that I can do where I can just be myself. I can heal. I can just love. And so it's been the best environment. And so I work like 2:45 to like 11, and then I'm tired, and then I get home, shower, and it's already like midnight. So the mornings I've been really trying to be a little more productive lately, but it's been kind of hard to like get back into the groove of things when I've been working a lot. But that's okay. I'm so blessed for everything in my life. And you know what? Like, I just have exciting news. So there's a few things that have gone on. I have just focused on my artwork, focused on just living and saying yes to things and going out, meeting new people. And it's been so rejuvenating. It's been so refreshing to get to touch up on my faith consistently, because when you're in a hard season, like, yes, I have like support from my family and my friends, and they are, like I said, I have the cream of the crop. They're all so wonderful, and I'm so blessed for the relationships that I have. But a big relationship of mine is my relationship with God, and having to trust him in this season of unknowns, having to trust him that I'm able to pay my bills on time, having to trust him that he will lead the way as long as I am walking in faith, as long as I am trusting, as long as I am being the person who I know I can be proud of, and I know that it's just the blessings are coming because I've been faithful. I've been walking in this journey of uncertainty, and he has blessed me in so many different ways. Like, will be talking to friends, and like, I'll get like a connection here, or they'll just speak life into me and reaffirm that what I'm doing is for me, that where I'm going is bright, that just reaffirming everything for me. I'm like, wow, I love you. I love you. Like, I really do. And that motivates me. It's like, okay, I know I can wake up. I can be a good person. I can do what I need to do. I can trust God. I can figure it out. There is nothing that will form against me. Like, I will prosper. And a big thing within stepping into my faith is knowing my identity through Christ, and really just knowing that I have the confidence in God that I can step in faith, and I will do great things. And I think that that is the biggest thing alone. Like, when you know that you're a believer, you know that like you're an heir of Christ, that if he's gonna look out for and feed the birds, and he's gonna know how many hairs are on my head, then he's gonna know that I need to trust him to know what is next for my life. That as I manifest, as I am trying to be on this path of where I want to be, he will show up for me, and I'm testing him. And that's the kind of God that I want to serve, is when I get to test him, he shows up within my life. That even when it gets hard, even when you don't see clearly where you're going, or you're nervous, or you don't trust yourself, but you have so much confidence. Like, my confidence comes from like God. Like, I know that I can confide in him. I know that he's gonna pull through. And I've watched that just within this scary moment of my life, but I knew that it was gonna be a pivot point. I know that I no longer have to like sacrifice and really really compromise, because at the end of the day, I'm striving to be the best version of myself. And this has allowed me to do so because it's allowed me to look inward and really just be like, okay, I'm coming different. Like, yep, I have it. I know how to communicate. I know how, I know what I want. I know what I want. And I may not know what I want, but I know what I want. So really just knowing that and figuring that out is really just step one. And sometimes the figuring out process isn't going to be easy. But like everything, it works out. You're going to live. Like, you're going to live through it. You learn so much. One of the things that I've been really doing as I've been choosing myself is actually decided to do a really special photo shoot. If y'all follow me on Instagram, you'll see I was naked, and to me that photo shoot meant everything. Thank you, Diana and 11 Studios, for doing this for me, this project. I had contacted my girl. I sent her a 4-minute voicemail, and I was like, hey, I am in just like this season of life where I want to capture just me for who I am, as I am, kind of come as you are, accept my body because I haven't been able to like go to the gym, accept the fact that I have like these scars or these stretch marks or these imperfections or these stress pimples or whatever it is. It was all about loving myself and finding that vulnerability. And it's been like a spiritual awakening, but it's also just been such a, like, I feel reborn. Like, I feel like I get to start over. Like, in like capturing that, it meant so much to me. So I knew before the shoot, I wanted to just bear it all. I wanted to love myself. I wanted to accept, and I wanted to express just my exponential growth, just from the moment of I'm scared, I'm choosing this unconventional way of just quitting my job, just figuring out what it is I need, and being like, God, like, I know you see me. I know you see my heart. I know where it is that you want to lead me. And that photo shoot, so I just spent some time praying beforehand, and I cried and I smoked beforehand. I got in my little zone, and I had the most beautiful shoot. Like, I didn't even want to share the photos, but they're so beautiful, and I want to share more. And I might have to do another one. But it was amazing. So if you haven't seen those photos, please go check it out. Please go hit up my girl if you need some photos. It was so special to me. And yeah, another exciting thing. So I've been doing like I said, I've been working a lot now. What I thought would be kind of a part-time job, I end up working like basically full-time to like overtime every single week. And then, like I said, it's kind of hard with like the hours because it takes up most of my day. So I'm tired in the morning, and then I like go to work. So I feel like I kind of live there, but it's cool because I know that I am in that space, and I'm having conversations that really mean so much to me as I explain a little bit about myself and as this journey and why I'm even there, and learning more about people and learning more about the residents there. And I've been so blessed because even a resident yesterday saved me her s'mores chewy bars because she knew that I love them. And she told me, she's like, Janelle, I love you. And I was like, I love you too. And she was so sweet. So special moments like that, it's seriously all worth it. And I know that for this time in my season, that is awesome. I just get to connect with people, and I'm thankful, and I may be wiping shit off of their booties, but at the end of the day, I'm so thankful. I'm grateful for a job. I've been able to pay my bills. And sorry, to get back to another thing that I've been excited about. So I'm still excited about work. Like, it's fun every day. It's grueling sometimes, but at the end of the day, like, I'm so grateful to be there. And then the art, like I said, like, I feel so, every time I sit down and just watch something come to life because I express so much of myself within these pieces. It's been really beautiful. And yeah, I've been really busy. I've been catching up with friends. I've been sharing a little bit more about like my story with other people. And you know what? I've just been trusting, and I've been praying that, once I get back to looking back into career options, things like that, which, I'm actually ready for. I applied to my first job in Atlanta a few weeks ago, and that really just motivated me. But other than that, I kind of just like applied and then I got busy. And so right now I'm kind of in a season of catch up. But one thing that, like, as I mentioned, is really exciting is as I poured into like my faith and I've trusted God, I've watched him really come through. So there's this opportunity that I want to be vulnerable with y'all and just share about that. I'm like, God, is that you? Is that you? You got games on your phone? You got purpose for my life? Okay. Anyways, I was contacted by Ellen from the Brand Lab, and I've explained a little bit about that nonprofit program and what they do, which is really awesome, and how I've been like alum for so long, since like 2013. And so I got a text from Ellen out of the blue randomly. I was like in bed, it was in the morning, and she texts me, and anytime Ellen texts me, I'm like, what you got, Ellen? What you got for me? What's happening? I know it's gonna be something cool. And then all of a sudden she texts me, she's like, hey, there's this really cool job opportunity. I thought of you. And I was like, oh, well, what is it? And then she started telling me, she was like, it's a job in social, but it's for this company called Small Business Revolution. And I was like, hey. Hi, Ellen. So good to hear from you. I am so thankful that you even thought about me for this position. But unfortunately, like, I don't know if you know or have heard anything through the grapevine, but I took kind of like a step away from advertising. And right now I'm just kind of working on myself. I'm not really looking into any social jobs right now, but I'd really love to get into production. So I think that I have some interest there. And she literally goes, well, here's the website, and they might have production jobs too, because they have their own TV show on Hulu called Small Business Revolution. So I was like, okay. So she sends me the website, and I instantly recognize Amanda Brinkman. Hey. And this woman is amazing. Like, I actually found out about her and her business and what they do because while I was at my last agency, Carmichael, I did like kind of a social audit for Deluxe, which is like their larger brand. And then on the side, they have this show, which she is like the host. And so all of a sudden I was like, I recognize this woman. They have this really cool TV show. I've looked into their social. I've done this. And so it was then that I was like, I know this woman, or like I recognize it. So I need to just be more open, and I'd be curious about hearing more. So I ended up getting connected with her, and we had a Zoom call. I meet this woman, and I'm like kind of starstruck. I'm like, oh my God, like, hi. So crazy. But you know what? I kind of came a fool. So she's telling me about this job opportunity and how they're looking for somebody to do their social for their show, and how season 6 is focused on sharing small business stories, but specifically Black businesses. So they're taking season 6 to Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Rondo neighborhoods. And honestly, as she's talking to me, I'm like fighting myself. I am like, oh, this sounds amazing. Oh my gosh, like like, thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for wanting this season to uplift Black voices and business and entrepreneurship. Like, that is my brand. I'm all for it, but I wish this wasn't social. And you know what? But it is. And she kept sharing. She's like, you know what? Like, I don't want to try to convince you. I was like, you know what? This is super awesome. But right now, I don't care if you were Oprah. And I was like, I kind of said it like that. I was like, honestly, like right now, I'm just in this like really cool stage in my life that I don't want to do things that I don't want to do. Everything about this sounds amazing, but because it's social, I don't know how interested I am in it. But I kind of had like one foot in, one foot playing. Like, I don't know, I was jaded. But our conversation was just so beautiful. And one thing that stood out to me was the fact that this woman, within her stature, she is talking to me and she goes, Janelle, I'm a woman of my faith as well. And I watched your vlog. And so I know, I understand the sentiment and behind like, you know, why you took this break for yourself, but I just feel like this would be different. And anytime, so she had a recruiter reach out to me on LinkedIn, and honestly, I had to tell her, I was like, I don't even check LinkedIn when it's associated to any type of social job. I haven't even really touched it because I'm not looking into social right now, and I'm taking time for myself, and I hate LinkedIn, like hate it. But I had to like tell her that I was like, sorry, I haven't been on LinkedIn. I actually did respond before I knew I was going to be in a conversation with you about this role. So, but yeah, otherwise I probably wouldn't have touched it. And she goes, yeah, so I'm a woman of faith. I've watched your vlog. And anytime I wanted to check in with you about this job opportunity to see if you would be a potential candidate, I never followed up with my recruiter to see if you've responded. And then just it happened to be that my vlog was then out by the time that I had been reached and she had talked to Ellen. And so now she knows my story because I'm like, this is a really cool woman. Like, I feel weird because I'm still honored that she took the time out of her day to talk to me about this opportunity, even knowing that I'm like, I don't even want to really get into this, but at the same time, like I felt really special. I've never been like kind of vetted out in that way. And so it was really, really special to me to understand that she knew where I was coming from and the things that I would be doing on this show if I were to do the social for it. Like, I would get to be a part of the action. And I think that like as I was talking to her, I was getting excited, but I still kind of like did the push-pull thing because it was like my insecurities from my experience kind of gave me this like jaded experience. And so I was like, well, if there's been a disconnect here, maybe I shouldn't get into that. But then I had to think like, wow, they're doing this for something that I care about. Like, I love promoting my own stuff. Like, I would love to I just had to warm up to the idea essentially. So you know what? We left the conversation. It was amazing. I'm so grateful to have been able to talk to her and just have her call me one of her fans. Little me. And she just got me excited, and I was like, you know what, I'll think about it. Like, I really will. I would have to pray about it. I have to think about it if I want to even apply. But you know what? Like, as I sat with this idea, I was like, wow. Like, this is so amazing. Like, I didn't lift a finger, and God is coming through with resources, with opportunities, and they're kind of flowing my way. And you know what? Like, I've realized, and I've seen this thing that when you let go, you manifest more. And I've been really like thinking about that this week, like a lot. And you know what? Like, I was like, okay, cool. You know what she did? She was like, okay, so if you're interested in this position, potentially, I want you to go ahead and apply like this by like Monday, Tuesday of the following week. And I think I talked to her maybe like on a Thursday, Friday. And so I was like, okay, I will. Thank you so much. I got off the phone with her. I thought about things and, I was like, okay, I warmed up to it. And I was like, you know what? And guess what I did? Tuesday came around and y'all, I didn't apply. I didn't apply. And you know what? I was so busy and in my world, and I was like, I want to think about this, but I didn't have time to think about it. So you know what? I just took Tuesday came and I've been thinking about it, and I just like purposely, like, I don't know why, I was at work and I just kind of sat with it, and I was like, I think I should apply. I think I should apply. And then I never did. And I prayed about things, I thought about things while I was like kind of at work, and like while I went home and before I went to bed. And I just spent some time with God, and then all of a sudden I was like, okay, you know what, God, I'm petty. So if this is, I was like, you want me to test you, right? Like, so you know what, I'm gonna apply tomorrow. I'm gonna apply on Wednesday. I'm just gonna see what happens, because I want to kind of like throw my rod out there and just like see what I get. And so I applied Wednesday, and the application was not gruesome at all. I expected I had to write like a cover letter, and I was like, this would be so interesting. What would I do? Be like, hi, I didn't even want this job. Hi, I'm running away from social. Hi, still choose me. But application, sent it on Wednesday. Y'all, the next day, I got 2 emails. So I got a morning email, an afternoon follow-up email, which I was literally replying to before I got a second one, a missed call and voicemail. And I was like, wow, I applied a day late. That was kind of my test. And you know what? Like, I was like, they still are interested in me. I set up an interview. Fast forward, I had my 5th, I think my official 4th interview, but like with talking to Amanda the first time. I actually got to speak with her twice. But I met different people. So I had like 5 different interviews, Zoom calls. And I was like, I want this. I think I want this. Like, this would be so good for me. As I was like consulting with like my friends and family, they would like get goosebumps. They were like, Janelle, this is it for you. So even when I couldn't fully see it, but I'm like dabbling, I like just got so excited about it. I'm like, wow, I really want this. It's social, but it's for a TV show. So I'd still learn how to get into production and how a TV show is put together and all those different parts. And this would be like the perfect, stepping stone for my career. If I really want to know and test out, like, do I really like production? I can now use the skills that I already have and use it for good and share these stories of these Black businesses that I'm invested in it now. And I'm like so excited for just this opportunity, because I had to kind of shape my perspective and just be open, because I was like, this is social, but I'm no longer doing social for Bush's beans. Like, at the end of the day, I was pouring my heart, my soul, my sweat, my blood, my tears, literally, all for selling a can of damn beans. That's not worth it for me. But what if I got to do this and had fun doing it while I'm doing something with a purpose, with a heart, and like that is their whole brand. So I was like, wow, God, is this you? Is this you? And like, so you know what? I had my 5th interview, and honestly, every single interview was like, for me, it was very natural. I didn't try hard. I kind of led with the like, I didn't really want this job, and I feel like I'm in a weird relationship because I have like my walls up, but you like slowly, they're tumbling down as I've kept my mind and my heart open. And you know what? Like, this job just seems more. It seems more like it's for me, or it'd be such a good thing for me. But I had to like change my perspective. I had to say, this experience I was jaded by, but I need to let that go. I need to let all the things that happened within that experience, I need to let go that hurt. And right now I'm like manifesting things that I want. And so even though it was disguised as this, but I really truly believe that God works in mysterious ways. The fact that I felt like vetted out, the fact that like I was just like asking questions in these interviews to be like, how do you feel working here? What is work-life balance like? Because I'm from an agency where like I worked a lot, and I don't really want that. And so I'm no longer compromising these little things. What does it look like? How do your teams work together? What is the communication like? I'm able to just share and be honest and say what it is that I need from an opportunity, and say like a little bit about myself and how I want to show up in these spaces, whether it's work, whether it's home, whether it's church, whether it's at the club. Like, I'm coming as me. And you know what? Like, I had so much fun in these interviews. It didn't feel like an interview. Like, it was just very natural. And so, you know what? It's now been a week. So it's been officially a week. And I think I'm just playing the waiting game. So I don't know if this opportunity is for me, but at the same time, I've just been praying about it, and I've been, just seeking the Lord of like, if this isn't it, you've given me the glimpse of like, wow, my future is bright. You have put this in my lap. I'd be making more money than I've ever had before. I'd be doing something that I'd kind of get to see into what production would look like, if that's the dream that I want to chase, if I really want to eventually in my lifetime move out of state and get into that industry, because in entertainment and all these things. And I just felt so like, wow. Because as I talked to people, as I talked to my friends, like I had friends that were like crying. They were like, I got goosebumps. I don't know why I'm crying. I love that, like, you're just passionate. It's so funny, but I really think this is for you. This is it. I don't know. Like, and I don't know. Amanda, if you're watching this and you're still deciding on a candidate, I want to be your girl. But yeah, so I have that, and that's what's been up with me. So that is my current situation. And so now I'm just waiting. But if this doesn't even happen for me, I know that there's something even better for me around the corner. I know that this is a glimpse that I'm like, yes, God, you have my life in your hand. And I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. I need to, like, I've been getting so many encouraging messages. Hey, Janelle, I just want to let you know I'm watching what you're doing. You inspire me. You motivate me. You know what? I hate my job. I'm thinking about quitting, Janelle. Like, can you point me in the right direction? I don't know. I feel kind of this way. Or I've been like, Janelle, I feel like you're killing it. Even when I'm like scared, when I'm like crying in the morning, being like, all right, God, like, I gotta pay my bills. Blueberry needs to be paid for. Can you show up in my life? I'm still gonna give it to you. And it's like, boom, like, I know that I'm on the right path, and I feel like I'm motivated more than ever. And I'm so excited for my future now. Like, I'm like, wow, because no matter where I go, I know that I told y'all, like, this is my year. And I think for everybody, after what we've experienced collectively, that was an opportunity for us to just look into our situations and be like, what needs to change? How can I move different? What is it that I need to do better? How can I better myself? How can I heal? How can I process? How can I get therapy maybe for all of these things that have been happening? How can I repair relationships? How can I be a better person and realize that life is short? We don't know what's going on. The world is only going to get messier. So you better get right. And first, you should get right with yourself. Stop settling for things. Stop being in a job where you every day wake up dreading it. Stop. Just take a chance on yourself. Literally, if anyone were to take a chance on someone, shouldn't it be yourself? You're the one that you can trust. You got your back at the end of the day. And you know what? For me, like, I don't know where you are spiritually, if you believe in God, if you believe in higher power, if you believe in positive vibes, if you believe in frequencies, if you believe in anything, like whatever that looks like for you, channel it. Change your situation. Do something different. For me this month, because now I have a kind of a routine now. I mean, my schedule's everywhere, but because now I'm like working a lot, and I gotta fit in artwork, and I gotta fit in like doing the things that make me happy. March came around, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give up something just to discipline myself. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give up wine, weed, or meat. And I just Snapchatted and I was like, hey, yo, what should I give up? I'm giving up something. And like over 20 some people hit me up on Snap. They were like, meat. And I was like, I wanted it to be wheat or wine. Because I thought, like, I'm so used to eating meat. I was like, that's gonna be really hard for me. I'm just not used to that. I don't really like salad like that. I'll have a Caesar salad and I'll make salad occasionally, but I'm like not really a salad fan. And that's ignorantly like how I feel. I'm like, I can't eat meat, so all I gotta eat is vegetables and maybe some pasta, but I don't even eat pasta like that. I don't know. Okay, a mess. So anyways, y'all said meat and it's been the best challenge. So it's now, I think it's like the 12th. So I've gone 11 days without meat. I was originally gonna do once a week, but now I'm like, nope, full turkey, full tofu. I'm coming and hopefully I'll lose a little weight. But it's actually like changed the way that I even approach food. I'm like, oh, cool. Like if I can't eat meat, like this is a great opportunity for me to start introducing more things. So I've been eating like quinoa and fresh vegetables. And I mean, I always eat fresh fruit. It's kind of my thing. I'm a little fruity girl. But yeah, I've been so I gave up meat and I feel really, really good. I feel like I have a lot of energy, like more in the mornings. And then that was another thing that I needed to work on. I was like, what can I do to change up my situation? Because I need to feel more productive. Like, I just feel like I go to work, I go home, I shower, I sleep, and then it's like I sleep in the morning because I'm tired, and then I do the same thing. So I was like, how can I be more productive? I need to get more things done. I need more energy. So the meat thing, canceling out meat has been wonderful. And just for the month, Manny's, I'm gonna see y'all soon. I've never been there. I'm gonna have a date there. So with my girl Steph, and we're gonna go ball out. Anyway, so no meat for the month. See y'all later. But I do want to kind of like maybe continue this onward. Maybe I eat meat like once or twice a week from here on out. But so I did that. And then I dedicated each morning to just, I either need to do something productive, or I need to go on a walk or a run or be outside. And it's been so nice out that I've been so motivated to just like get out, open these windows, listening to my music, just like have my little time before the day's over, which if I have time before I go to work today, I'm gonna see y'all else. Catch me outside. So yeah. Other than that, honestly, I have been up to so many different things. I feel like there's always a lot going on. I can't go 2 days without like a friend being like, what happened next? And I'm like, girl, let me tell you today's blessing. But I just know that I'm on the right path, that I'm doing the things that I need to do, and I'm so excited for my future. And so I just want to leave y'all with, remember that quote that when you let go, you will manifest more. So when you let go of whether it's that hurt or a relationship or the job or anything that is toxic or the family member, you will manifest more in your life because you're choosing intentionally what will be good for you, and you're being choosy. And it's so good to be choosy. Like I said, y'all, I'm picky with my men. I'm picky. I don't know, I'm just picky in some areas, but I'm open. And so I hope this week you learn to let go. That's gonna be my little Friday feeling motivation that makes no sense. Sorry, social. But I'll leave y'all with that. It's so good to be able to do this again. I know I was nervous to return after that first one just because y'all are so great and it's so humbling. But yeah, I will see you next time. That's that. This is Unfiltered with Nellie, the catch up. Have a good one. Bye.